Log recording, 2:41 in the morning Pacific Standard Time, still the 16th of September 2023. We were done here, Rosamond, California. Yeah. I want to go back to bed and sleep really. I'm bad. It's not even funny, but I still got to get some more stuff to talk about at this point. 2 videos down concerning about how I'm looking at classwork and dealing with stuff like this. I'll be boring the living crap out of my instructor at this point. But this is how it is. Essays that still need to be finalized before Monday. And math to study up on, actually to get the homework done and get that going. Because if I don't, all hell breaks loose. Then what do I do? You know, there could be excuses made at this damn thing, but I'm not about to. I'm not, I'm not doing that. Maybe a long time ago. I can't do that. I'm not doing that to myself. I talked about truth of honesty, or actually, truth about lying in this assignment by Judith Fierst. You're talking about opening up old wounds and re-examining things left and right. You're talking about re-examining yourself. Hard enough trying to get stuck with this essay and then trying to, 5 little pages. What could be hard about this damn thing? You want to bet? It's hard. With all the examples she kept trying to throw in there, doesn't exactly relate to me until I have to put it into my own words. Assignment was supposed to be creative? Okay, I'll be creative. I'll put it in my own words. My own way of understanding the thing. She said be creative. Okay. If the professor was gonna be explicit about it, she should have been. Explicit about the graphics. No. Let's get creative and explicit about the essay that I'm being presented. Because now I gotta present the damn thing without feeling like Joe Sousa from a 1980s commercial. Lying to the public left and right. I'm not lying to myself. I'll put in examples. I'm putting in examples that matter to me. Because it's showing me what I can do. How honest and brutally honest I can be to myself. By putting examples, by putting in things I know about, am aware of. Everyone else is doing the academia book crap. I've got life experience. I'm throwing it in there. I'll get downgraded on the grade. I'm not doing it by rote. I'm doing it by experience. I'm doing it what I am. So which means I'm probably going to be clashing with the professor on this one. I'm not going to throw out, I didn't mean to. Well, it wasn't intentionally, but I'm not going to lie about it either. When she gave me the assignment concerning about lying, to be honest about it, I wasn't even thinking about the thing. I was more focused on this creative essay about talking about weasel words and advertisements. Hell, I just put the product stuff about the pros and cons of it, hoping that maybe the weasel stuff will come out, the advertising hook, line, and sucker. And apparently some people caught it. The instructor said, oh, there's not weasel words. Where's the weasel words? She wanted us to show a rough draft. Well, I thought it was finalized, but I guess not. So now I got to finalize the thing. Probably the end of the day. By the end of the day, actually, hopefully. And then get this other thing going on for presentation on Monday. Sorry, I got crap in the fingernails. How am I feeling about it? More talk about it, more stressed off it became. I didn't even want to do the damn thing in the first place. If I did, I'd be focused, I'd be targeted on the damn thing. And I wasn't. I was targeted more on the damn graphic essay. Or stressing out about these mathematical concepts that I'm learning in math from liberal arts. My God, what the hell did I get myself into this semester here? I mean, originally I was going to hope for an English class and a history class of the history of Vietnam War. But not too many students that youth wanted the class in the first place, so the professor canceled it. I was ready for it. I got the materials for it. I had taken a Vietnam course from a different professor who was doing the communist thing, if you want to look at it at that point, particular point of view. They're brainwashing. And my brother and a lot of other veterans who took the class years ago couldn't stand this particular professor. They walked out, went over to administration, complained. They got full credit. They got out. Me, I went through the whole course, even writing essays for the damn thing, and I still got passed. I got passed through the thing. I got C's out of it. That's fine. At least I did something. I got my foot in the door for history, so I was, you know, no issue with that. I get into an argument the same semester with a different professor who had interpretations of what she thought was real, and I was going back to the original thing. If I tried to remember the conversation and the argument that we actually had, it was concerning about Frankenstein. Comparing Frankenstein to something else. We're doing a pro and con on this one here. Compare and contrast. And the Frankenstein she wanted was the theatrical version of it. Hell, I was going back to Mary Shelley on this one. Look at the original work. Comparing that Frankenstein to some of the things I know about. And we had an argument over the damn thing. She wanted me to do the theatrical version as the original sources. No, I'm doing Mary Shelley. Well, that went out like a lead fart in a whirlwind. So that's the reason why I'm trying to take this class over, is to get the full credits back. Even if I happen to get a low C at it, the damn thing, I'm hoping maybe it'll be a lot better this time. I'll pass the class. If I'm lucky enough to get a C plus out of it or a B out of it. But I have to be honest about things. I have to be honest with myself. I have to be honest about the motivations. I got to be honest with everything. Sucks, but when you get used to lying so much, it becomes a second nature. And unfortunately, for a couple of decades now, I've been trying to learn how to be more and more honest with myself and honest with others. I had to be. I have to be. It matters that much. It matters that much to me and to my family and to everybody else. If I can be honest with myself, if I can be truthful to myself, then I cannot be afraid to be that honest with everybody else around me. Especially dealing with an assignment I'd rather not be doing in the first place, but I'm doing it anyway. But if I'm doing it, I'm not doing it the way the professor expects. She said be creative about it. Well, my creative is rewriting the damn thing. My idea of doing interpretation is reinterpreting it. I'm dealing with Frankenstein's situation all over again. How can I talk to the professor, or how can I convince her on this one here? There was one particular professor, associate professor, I don't know if she's here or not, back in the Antelope Valley College. I don't know. But we had that argument a long time ago, and I still remember the damn thing. That if I'm going to be reinterpreting something, I'd rather be interpreting it in a viewpoint I can see and understand, and not someone else's, because I don't have their viewpoint. I don't share their viewpoint. I don't understand their viewpoint. It's not for lack of trying. It's seeing the material that was presented to me, and I'm saying, no, I'm not dealing with that. I'm going to be dealing with what I know. I'm going to deal with my experiences. I'm going to be dealing with my memories. I'm going to be dealing with what I understand. Now, someone else's version of it, what I understand. So, reinterpreted. So, for the truth of lying at this point regarding Miss Viorsk, I am going to put as much elements as I possibly can of her essay into it. Even a few lines here and there. But the rest of it has to be my own interpretation at this point. Has to be. It's not about pride, about ego. It's following my gut on this one. I may crash and burn in the damn thing. I don't care. It's one thing if that other graphic essay I had concerning about cruising. Yeah, there's a lot of interpretations I could be doing about this one. And I got a version of it where it's generic enough, where it actually has the weasel words. It's got a little bit of graphics in there, and it'll still suck. But at least I get it in there. And it'll be completed, and I'll feel relieved about it until the next project that gives me more grief and more stressed out. Here's the thing about college. This is the fun part about it. These students getting out of high school, and I look at them getting from one level of education to another level of education. Luckier they are, but then again, I kept thinking about about the situations I got myself in right during Pierce College. My God, 85 through 87. Sometimes the classes were fun, and other times the classes bored the crap out of me. There was a professor named Thompson a long time ago who did medieval English history. I was taking, instead of American history, I thought I had enough of that crap. But no, I took English history. So I took her from the beginning all the way to, let's see, 1066, and from 1066 all the way to about 15th or 16th century. During the Dark Ages, where everything was backstabbing left and right and conspiracies. This guy was so damn dark, it was not even funny on this one. He put you to sleep with his monotone voice. And he talk about this, and he talk about that, and he talk about this, and he talk about that, and he talk about this. He'd be the so inanimate object at this point. He'd be perfect for a robot. And I wasn't learning a damn thing in the class. Despite the fact I had to work over here, I could try doing it by rote if I could, but no, the attitude in the class concerning it. If you actually had an instructor that actually gave you enthusiasm and allowed you to express yourselves, and not to mention let you understand and basically question the living crap out of them. They wanted to hear what was going on in your mind, man. You'd unload. But a lot of these kids don't. A lot of these kids don't. When they're coming out of high school, they don't know their ass Mahat Rock. Only they don't know about the rote. Rote. R-O-T-E. Memorex. 30 plus years of kicking my ass up and also saying things left and right. You think I'd be having some kind of advantage over these damn kids? Yeah, the advantage of getting too damn old and too damn stressed out and too fixated on my own ways of listening to things and understanding and interpreting it in my own way. And then trying to give that interpretation to the youth, and sometimes they'll take it. And it's not that I'm worried about. It's trying to deal with a professor who's also chewed the same damn dirt, age-wise. She may have had a lot of more experiences in different areas. Fine. A lot more experiences, a lot more life experiences on that one. But the thing is, I'm interpreting it the way I understand it in my own damn age. I'm 57 years old, and she's, what, the same age group or a little older than that? So basically, in mileage-wise, we chewed the same dirt, so to speak. And these kids hadn't. They're open, they're fresh, they're still trying to learn stuff, and they're looking at the old farts and wondering, can they learn a lot of stuff from us? And the old farts can look at each other with different interpretations of how the material is being presented to us. Some of the stuff I look at it, and I'm seeing these youth doing all the technical stuff, and I'm like, I wish I learned that a long time ago. I didn't. I got the regrets, I got the baggages, I got the ball and chains to deal with. In class, you get your own set of ball and chains to understand things. But it's out there in life is where it's being soldered and added to it. And when you come into the halls of academia, I'm basically dragging myself from one place to another, literally. And then trying to deal with the professor's interpretation of how things are supposed to be, according to their viewpoint. I'm so stuck in my own damn viewpoint, my own damn way of looking at the ground, that I'm not seeing what the professor's looking at in different viewpoints. My got too many excuses with the head and neck not even able to look at the damn horizon and see what the hell they're looking at and interpret it that way. No, I just get the stuff like that and say, oh God, what the hell is this slop? Sometimes people have a better way of looking at things and a better viewpoint. I envy them. I wish I could be like them, but I'm not. I'm me. And I struggle with my own interpretations of what people expect of me. They expect me to grow like the youth. Well, I'm slower than that. So I have to struggle just as hard. It's not just knowledge wise, it's maturity. It's also trying to humble myself and humiliate myself to a point where I'm just like everybody else. Even though I think I know I'm better than that, or I think I'm more superior than that. And that's an arrogance, that's an ego right there. I'm any more superior than anybody else. But my own damn pride, my own damn ego will tell me that. That's why I need to be humiliated. That's why I need to be humbled, because I don't want the damn thing to take over and think I'm going to be better than everybody else. You talk about there's a saying about the truth of lying that deals with honesty and also dealing with the presumption of being God. What do we know about God or being a God? Megalomania, pride, thinking a person is the center of the universe. I think they know better than anybody else. That's why I still have to keep learning how to be open and honest in the classes. Hard as hell to admit it. But the shit I'm learning in math right now doesn't apply to reality. This is all academia that's still stuck with the books. It's not applicable. How is this applied to liberal arts? How is this way of thinking? They say, well, lawyers do this all the time. Like, no. I come across lawyers that don't even think this way. You kidding me? Where the hell are they coming from? Unless they're thinking of a different thing that I hadn't come across. So maybe this is one of them, and this is another reason why I have to be open and honest and open-minded. Because I think I know too much. I'm presumptuous. I think I'm God. Well, even God's got to know what reality is all the damn time and what our reality is. And be updated about it. There's a song out there that I heard on a movie comedy drama called Dear God. There was a song in it that was either done in the 80s or 90s on this one. If God had a face, what would he look like? If God's just a slob like one of us. And listening to this on the movie, they did maybe about a stanza or two, and maybe you'll search it out on the YouTube and really listen to the music, really listen to the lyrics on this one. What if God was one of us? Just a slob like one of us, trying to make his way to home. All alone on the bus? Or all alone? We have no concept, no understanding what beyond is. We can only imagine. We can only try to imagine. But keeping it simple, where if God was one of us and trying to see what was like on earth in this modern age, what the hell would he think about us? How would he be able to interpret us? How would he be able to deal with us in our own damn insanity right now? I don't know. I'm hoping maybe I'll learn a little bit more in the realm of academia. But I still have to apply real world experiences into this. If I'm a student, I'm also an educator. If I'm one of the oldest students in a class in English critical thinking, then instead of listening to the academia, they got to be listening to real world experiences. Unless they've got some experiences I'd like to learn about. So as peer to peer, we got to share about it. But in a way, I'm the elder peer. And an old dog still likes to learn a few new tricks. Speaking of that, how about if I learn how to shut my eyeballs?